All right. So today I'm joined with Malikah O'Dell, Michigan State graduate in chemistry. A phenomenal person, has a great social media, which I'm going to plug here now. Follow her on Instagram at give me Malikah underscore O'Dell. That's all. I'm gonna make sure it's like typed in the video. You're awesome here. So I guess just starting it off, you recently graduated with a chemistry degree. How did you first get into science?
Yeah, so like since the fifth grade, I've been into science, and I always knew that I wanted to go into something science related. And entering college, I started out with a human bio degree, but I ended up changing that over to chemistry. I actually was looking at other majors like marine bio, even like fisheries and wildlife, which I don't know what I was thinking about that one, but I was just looking at a bunch of different majors because I wasn't sure if I didn't get into med school, what would I do with the human bio degree? And I just feel like with chemistry, there's so much more you could do with chemistry. I mean, you can still do similar things with bio, but I feel like there's just a little bit more you can do with chemistry, like with forensics. You can do research with chemistry. Again, like when you even think of things like your shampoo, your deodorant, like house cleansers, makeup, like that is all chemistry. So
Okay, why field? Well, how was your experience at Michigan State? You went to a PWI. How was prior to COVID, obviously, but overall, would you say you enjoyed your experience at Michigan State?
yeah, definitely. So Michigan State actually does have a pretty good amount of Black students there. I don't remember the exact percentage, but I would say it's pretty decent, basically. Even with my class, they were including myself, so like four chemistry people in my class, and there are like Black clubs and stuff on campus. Like I was a part of a Black Caucus club on campus. There's like different ones depending on where you live. Like I lived in South neighborhood, so it was like the Black Caucus of like Holden Hall. Um, so yeah, there are definitely clubs that you can go to be around people like and that's not just for Black people. That's like, I'm sure there's clubs for like Asian people, Hispanic people, but yes, even on a huge campus, because MSU is a huge university, so there's definite ways to reach out to people who look like you. You don't have to just kind of I probably shouldn't say that, but you don't have to only hang around you know
Right. Understand. We got a lot of younger viewers, especially from the city of Detroit, watching this. Shout out, my last video got like 700 views. I was excited. Um, do you have any tips with them starting school? Uh, Rather, I'm trying to see, is Michigan State hybrid or are they full online? Would you know?
I believe at first they were hybrid. I don't, because I know like some of their labs, so like with chemistry, like some of their labs, they were going to do hybrid, so some online, some in class. Because I know some people are still staying in dorms.
Okay.
But I just recently heard that I think they're going to do all online. So I don't know what they're doing at this point. I don't know.
Have you ever took an online class?
Yeah, so we had to. So like once we went to the quarantine, we switched to all online. Two of my I was only taking two labs last semester. So one of my labs, they didn't contact us for like 3 weeks after the quarantine, and they were like, "Yeah, your grade is just your grade." So that was, I mean, if you had a low grade, I guess that sucked. But yeah, that they were just like, "Your grade is your grade," basically. I don't know if they ended up maneuvering things around. I don't know. Then my other lab, that was actually, so we had two senior projects for one of my labs, and that ended up just turning into a paper. We just like did research on the experiment, did a paper on it basically. So
Okay. Well, with you being a part of the hardest discipline, and I'm a big party goer, clubber, what was your party study ratio in undergrad?
yeah, well, like this was first day and second semester of my senior year. I had classes. I worked in a dining hall. Then I also had research. So there wasn't even much going out then. But beforehand, um, I would say if you get work done on time and early, then it's not difficult. But if you're like me and you wait until like an hour before it's due to start your homework, then you're constantly stressing, and then you're like, oh, I can't go here, can't go there. Like especially on a Friday night, because it's like a lot of the times I'd have homework due Friday night, and instead of getting it done Friday morning or earlier in the afternoon, I waited until Friday night to get it done. So then I didn't have much free time due to that reason. But if you're, on top of everything, getting everything done beforehand, you shouldn't really have a problem with that. And I have friends that went out Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, every single night. They were going out,
I'm friends.
even having class at 9 o'clock in the morning. Like they were still,
Got to do it. You got to do it. In this day and age, especially with all of the learning that's happening in society right now, uh, when it comes to education reform, do you see a simple way? And if it's more complex and you feel that way, obviously dive into it. Do you see a way where in Detroit, Michigan, only 16% of the city has a bachelor's degree? In San Francisco, it's like 75% of the city has a bachelor's degree. How predominantly white, predominantly black, right? How does that gap bridge education wise?
So actually, so with chemistry, you have the option of like teaching, right, in schools, and I don't even know what that entails, going to school for teaching or something, but I thought about teaching in like predominantly black area, like around like either in Detroit or any other like black neighborhood, because I feel like it's important to have. I mean, I don't want to say like this is the only way it could work, but I feel like it certainly helps to have a teacher who grew up in a similar neighborhood as you, and who looks like you. Because even in Detroit, you have a lot of teachers that are white,
Right.
and I feel like a lot of black kids don't look at college as even an option,
Right.
And like I said before, when I was working in a dining hall on MSU's campus, a high schooler, a little black kid, he was like, my God, you're like in chemistry, like that's crazy. That's not normal to work with scientists. It's like you just woke up one day, it's like, I'm going to work with scientists. And it's like a lot of black kids don't look at that as an option to go to college. Once you get to college, they don't look at STEM as an option or law school as an option, So I think that it's important. Sorry to cut you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think that it's important to expose black kids to more if that makes sense, just like tell them that that's and again, like even just having a teacher who can hopefully instill that within them, like you don't have to limit yourself, basically. You don't have to look at college as this far-fetched thing. And I know a lot of people, like in high school, I forgot his name, but I know like one kid got accepted into MSU, but then couldn't afford it, so he didn't go. And I know like people don't like loans. I'm swimming in debt right now, drowning in debt, really. But I mean, like I know people don't like loans, but even going to a community college, something of that sort, to give yourself a bit of a leg up, because nowadays a bachelor's in a minute, that's not going to be enough. You're going to need a master's, So I definitely think, even like I said, like teaching in a neighborhood where there's predominantly black students, and hopefully instilling that in them, that they don't have to limit themselves, and hopefully I don't really know how to word it without rambling, but
no, I get you.
Yeah, and of course it goes with the parents as well. Like again, like just saying that college is an option for them. I feel like most students kind of grow up and they don't know what they want to do after high school. Which, I mean, if you don't know what you want to do, I don't think I'd recommend going to college and just like blowing a bunch of money, because obviously those classes are very expensive. So not just taking. I mean, they say that go to college to figure out what you want to do, but that's only if you have the money or if you're going to get a scholarship, something. Um, yeah. Sorry, I don't know if that answers
Oh
the
no,
question.
that's great advice. That's great advice.
I've been balling for this long, never took a time out. All that rich nigga shit, it stop when you sign out. Let the club, they like say me, I can hear them crying out. Man, I hope you getting yours, cause I'm getting mine now. We can't find no smoker's friend, this ain't fucking how high. Man, I went from Chinese food, I'm in Mr. Chow's now.